Good evening, everyone. My name is Rakhi Nair. I'm a Senior Economic Development Officer at City of KC, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you all to the Careers at Cranbourne Community Hospital information session. So before we begin this session, I would like to point out to all of you that's here today that this session is being recorded so that it can be used as a resource for future. So please feel free to turn off your cameras if you are not comfortable. Thank you. I begin this event with an acknowledgement of country. City of KC proudly acknowledges the traditional owners, KC's Aboriginal communities and their rich culture, and pay respect to their elders, past, present, and future. We acknowledge Aboriginal people as Australia's First Peoples and as the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which we work and live. In 2018, the state government committed to building 10 community hospitals across Victoria, and one of them was committed to be built in Cranbourne. As KC residents, we can see that the building is coming up quite fast, and it is in fact expected to be the first out of the 10 community hospitals that would be completed, and it will be opening its doors by early 2025. The Cranbourne Community Hospital will be operated by Monash Health, and the facility will offer a range of everyday health services such as day surgeries, mental health services, allied health services, and many more. And you will hear more about that in our presentation today. But the benefits extend far beyond just the provision of healthcare. One of the most significant advantages of the Cranbourne Community Hospital in our community is the employment opportunities it will generate. This influx of employment opportunities will not only bolster our local economy, but will also provide a platform for career growth and development within our community. So today, City of KC is very pleased to host this information session, where you will have the chance to hear firsthand from Monash Health about the hospital and the employment opportunities. Now, some of you that's here today might already have qualifications to work in healthcare, and some of you might be thinking of gaining those skills. So today on this call, we also have Federation University, Chisholm Institute of TAFE, and Foundation Learning Center, who will speak about some of their training pathways that are in line with the upcoming job opportunities. Now, I'm also very sure that you will have a lot of questions that you may want to ask. So I encourage you to please put your questions in the chat function, and we will attempt to answer them at the end of the event. So now, without much delay, I would like to welcome Michelle Stewart from Monash Health to talk a little bit about the Cranbourne Community Hospital. Michelle?
Thanks, Raki. Sorry, I was just trying to find my mute button.
Yep.
Thank you for the introduction, and thank you for everyone who's taken the time to join this information session and hear a little bit more about the Cranbourne Community Hospital, which, as you may see if you live in the area, is fastly being developed and coming together really well. So just the next slide, Raki. So just a little bit about the hospital. So the Cranbourne Community Hospital will be a public hospital, and it is going to be providing a range of day services, which we'll go through in a little bit more detail in this presentation. As I mentioned, it's under construction now and coming together rapidly, and it's located at 65 Berwick Cranbourne Road in Cranbourne East, so very accessible for the region. Importantly, the vision for the hospital is to deliver care that directly addresses the health and wellbeing needs of the local community. So it's about providing services in the right way and looking at improving people with their own health. It's about ensuring that we provide a physically and culturally safe and inclusive environment. And when I show you some of the design elements of the building, hopefully you'll see that represented in the way that we've thought through the layout and structure of the build. And we've got a service model that will directly address health disparities in priority populations. We are very we very much value the opportunity to work with our community service partners in the area, and we're planning to create a system of an integrated, safe, high quality and evidence-based healthcare close to our community. The other important point to note in terms of the vision for this hospital is about the way that we value our employees. So our purpose is to be an employer of choice where our people thrive, and we want to support our people to be and do their best every day. Next slide, please. So from this timeline, you can see that this hospital has been a long time in the making. So the funding was announced over 5 years ago, and a lot of the early years were spent in consultation and design and planning to ensure the way that we built the hospital and the services that were offered were meeting the needs of the community. So we are now at the close to the end of the project, with the construction due to be completed at the end of this year. And then we'll go through a few months of commissioning and setting the hospital up for operations with the aim to have it open from the early months of 2025. Next slide, please. So this is just the design drawings for the hospital, and you can see that represented if you drive past the hospital. The facade is coming together nicely. A few things I just wanted to highlight with the design is that especially the exterior is really about bringing together a strong cultural connection between our facility and the traditional owners, and it's about offering a safe and welcoming environment. So there's been real intent to the colours that are chosen and the layout of the structure, which you can see represented here. This then continues through to the interior, where it's warm, modern, light-filled design with very open and accessible spaces for our community members to receive healthcare. You just go through to the next slide. Thank you. So this is just some more design images of the interior of the building. So you can see a lot of these are focusing on the reception and waiting areas. And so patients will enter the hospital via a main entry, and then there's a number of reception areas at the key services across the multiple levels. So there are 2 levels, a ground level and then level 1 and level 2 to the hospital, and there'll be reception and waiting areas to welcome the community as they enter the hospital, and then make sure they're directed to the right services. And next slide. So this is the exterior, and it's really important that these are just sort of the concepts. But what we can see here is that there's a lot of consideration to ensuring that there's external spaces for people to have a break, connect, relax while they're at the hospital. So this includes a healing garden and a First Nations garden, which includes a paved courtyard and an intimate lawn, and it invites our employees as well as our community members to recharge and relax. There's a hospital green, which includes a spacious lawn and a gathering area, and also a circuit path for walking and taking a break with informal seating as well. And then the hospital forecourt features a lot of natural play areas, stone seating, and an outdoor cafe seating zone with integrated seating and bike parking as well. Next slide. So this is just an overview of the services that will be delivered from the Cranbourne Community Hospital. It's a combination of services that we are already providing within the Cranbourne region through our Cranbourne Integrated Care Centre. So that includes our specialist appointments, our dialysis, child, youth and family services, community health, aged and rehabilitation services, dental services, as well as some new services that we will be offering to the community. That includes an urgent care centre where there'll be a place for people to come for same-day treatment of minor injuries and illnesses, which will include some after-hours care. There'll be adult hospital in the home offering some clinics for day infusions. And there will also be some imaging services that will be provided from the site. So as you can see, there's lots of services that are about integration and offering the type of care that the community needs, ranging from all different age groups as well. But that's the overview of the hospital, Raki, and I'll hand it over back to you.
Yep. Thank you very much, Michelle. That was very comprehensive and very detailed. Now I'm going to put the spotlight on to Anya O'Donnell. Anya is part of the talent acquisition team at Monash Health.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for your time. I'll just reiterate that this evening. I'm one of 14 people who sit in the centralised recruitment team at Monash, and we've got 2 others on the call today as well. So obviously, Monash Health is one of Australia's largest and fastest growing healthcare services. Just in case anyone didn't know, we've got over 25,000 employees, making us one of Australia's largest employers. So our commitment, Monash Health will reflect the diverse community we serve and promote fair opportunity and resources for patients, consumers, employees, volunteers, families, visitors, and the community. We will work to create a safe and welcoming environment that embraces everyone's skills, perspectives, and experiences that bring people to Monash Health. Just the next slide, please, Raki. So we have a set of shared principles that guide and direct our practice in the work that we do. So the first being our culture. We create a culture that is inclusive and people feel valued and respected in Monash Health. We also encourage our leaders, encourage a workplace that is inclusive and reflective of our diverse community. And the last shared principle is our people, and our people reflect the diversity of the community that we serve. Next slide, Raki. So Monash Health, across the organisation, we work to uphold the iCare values, that being integrity. So we act fairly, honestly, and openly. Compassion, we interact with dignity and empathy to everyone. Accountability, we take ownership and responsibility for performance. Respect, we value difference and individual worth. Excellence, we aim for and recognise innovation, quality, and professionalism. Thank you. So with all our employment within the recruitment process, we run a merit-based selection process that is free from any bias to ensure we carry out a fair and equitable and transparent process. This is something we take very seriously at Monash Health. So within that, the diversity inclusion is an integral part of the recruitment process. And all managers at Monash Health who are involved in recruiting are required to complete unconscious bias training. Regarding conflict of interest, should a manager have a potential or a perceived conflict of interest within any of the candidates or any of the situations that we are in recruitment, this is to be disclosed and also declared via a conflict of interest form. And throughout the recruitment process, strict confidentiality and privacy of the candidates is upheld at all times. We're passionate about ensuring the learning and development opportunities of all our employees and potential employees. And we encourage all staff to continually build their knowledge and skills for the benefit of their own development and that of the community and the clients that we serve. And if you work with Monash Health, you'll also have the opportunity to complete targeted training specific to your role. So some of the employment opportunities at Cranbourne Community Hospital, this is just some examples of the vacancies that you're likely to see when we open. That will be in nursing, allied health, support services, administration. These are just some of the roles, and they will be advertised on our Monash Health careers page. And we'll know more about the number of vacancies available later in the year, and all roles will be advertised via the careers page. And there is, on the next slide, a QR code if anyone wants to scan that, just to keep an eye on Monash Health vacancies for Cranbourne Community Hospital and all our vacancies there. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Anya. That was very helpful. So I hope you have scanned that QR code. I'll put it back on again. So please feel free to scan the QR code or take pictures of any of the slides that you're seeing here tonight to capture the information as well. So now that you've heard from Monash Health, I am going to move on to Federation University. You will hear from Aroha Tunoa. Aroha is the student recruitment coordinator from Federation University, and she will talk a little bit about various programs that are being offered in Federation University. Over to you, Aroha.
Cool. Thank you, Raki. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Just like everyone else has said, I know it's a bit of a dinner time right now, so it's really great to have you all here. If we can just go next slide, please, Raki. So just a bit of background about Federation University. We do have 3 major campuses across the state. Our major campus being located in Ballarat, which is our Mount Helen campus, and then we've also got our Gippsland campus, which is in Churchill. But the one that we're sort of probably going to focus on a little bit more is probably the Berwick campus, because it's the one that's more close to the Cranbourne Community Hospital. So next slide, please. Oh.
Sorry, what's going on?
Oh, good.
Oh. All right.
Cool. Thank you. So just a little bit about the Berwick campus. So we are public transport accessible. So it is, if you're not sure about where the Federation University Berwick campus is located, it is on Clyde Road. So it's right near the Berwick train station. We do have a bus stop outside the front of the campus as well. So if that is sort of what you're looking for, small classroom environments, I'll talk about that later in the presentation, and also easy access to the Berwick Village, Fountain Gate, and all the local areas. So Berwick campus or Federation University is the local university, I guess, within our region. So if you want to stay local and you want the ability to be able to study higher education, then our campus might be the best option for you. So next slide, please. So just a bit of background about the courses we offer at our university. They are broken into 3 separate areas, which I'll go into detail throughout the presentation. So you've got your education, arts and community, innovation, science and sustainability, and then the health and wellbeing faculty. So if we can just go next slide. Cool. So just to break down the courses that we do offer in regards to health, so physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech pathology, nursing, midwifery, and health sciences. So these courses are undergraduate courses, but we do offer postgraduate opportunities if you are looking to upskill in specialised areas. So we do have a range of Master of Health courses and Graduate Diploma of Health. Another new course that we do offer is the Master of Nursing, Nurse Practitioner as well. Next slide, please. And then just breaking down our science and engineering courses, so veterinary and wildlife science, environment and conservation, biotechnology, biomedical science courses, and then the Monash Partnership Program for their medicine courses actually run from the Gippsland campus as well. So that's just a bit of insight there. And engineering as well, we do offer electrical and renewable energy, civil, mechatronics and robotics. So next slide. Cool. So I'll just break down this real quickly. So education, early childhood, primary and secondary. Humanities, we do have the Bachelor of Arts, Criminal Justice and Criminology, Community and Human Services, as well as the Bachelor of Social Work, which is a new course. Next slide, please. And then we do have IT courses, and they do specialize in these areas like data analytics, information systems, cloud computing, networking and security. Next slide. And then we do have business as well, which specialize in accounting, digital business, marketing, management, economics, and finance. So a lot of these courses are undergraduate courses. So sorry, if you are looking to upskill in more postgraduate options, there are options available. I'll pop it in the chat for our postgraduate offerings, and you can have a look that way. Next slide, please. So why study with Federation University? So flexible delivery, we do have the opportunity for students to study majority online and then come to class for hands-on learning or laboratory placement. Because if you are looking to obviously get employment in the new hospital, you might need to look at upskilling and in the online environment, which we do have available. Smaller classroom sizes, so you do actually get to know your teacher or your academic one-on-one, which is a great opportunity for you to get better support throughout your studies if that's what you're looking for. And it might be something that you're looking for if you are looking to juggle employment at the same time. So yeah, that's definitely a bonus. And then we do have industry experience, which I'll talk about on the next slide, please, Raki. So industry experience programs we do offer. So work integrated learning is probably a big portion of what we do at Federation University. And we do have what's called the cooperative learning model, which is we are looking to do, I guess, work experience within every course that we do provide, because we do think it's really important for our graduates to have work experience prior to graduating so that they're able to have their best foot forward when they're looking for employment. So that includes clinical placements for nursing, professional experience placements for education, and then professional practices for our sports science courses. So all of these areas for placements or experiences that you need to organise, we do have staff readily available to you throughout your studies to be able to organise that for you if you're unable to secure a placement, and they do take into consideration where you live, and we do look at I guess local areas to make sure that it's a bit more viable for you to be able to access those work integrated learning places. We also have an industry placement program, so 6 months of industry experience with a $15,000 scholarship. A lot of our students do get hired by their host organizations after the industry placement program, which is great. And then just a bit of background for our IT experts, would you say? IBM and Kyndryl do have a paid internship with us, which is a $44,000 internship through Federation University, and you gain 2 years experience with that. Next slide, please. So one thing I wanted to mention is we do have scholarship opportunities as well. So academic and sporting merit, relocation support scholarships, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander scholarships, international scholarships, and industry scholarships. We also do have bursaries and grants available, especially for our nursing course, to be able to support you with buying your nursing uniforms and your nursing kits while you're studying with us. Next slide, please. And this is just a bit about our student support services, which we break into 3, I guess, key areas. So your academic learning support services that we have, your social support services that we have, and then also the general support services. So your academics more, if you need support while you're studying academically, you've got a peer support mentor program. We've got learning skills advisors throughout your whole study. Your social events, we've got student engagement teams at every campus that provide student events to keep you more engaged, volunteering opportunities, study abroad and exchange programs. And the general is the careers and employability team. A lot of our students do try to study with us and work casually for the university as well. So if that's what you're looking for as well, just so that it's a bit more accessible, and we do have that available. And then also you've got like your prayer rooms and your chaplaincy program that we have, and also the Aboriginal Education Centre. Next slide, please. Cool. And then just a bit of background of events that we have coming up if you wanted to come check out what we've got. We've got our open day happening at the Berwick campus on 18th of August. So that's a Sunday from 9:30 to 2 p.m. If you're not looking to wait that long, we do have an event coming up on the 13th of June, which is a Thursday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. I'll put the registration link in the chat if anyone's interested in coming along. But yes, thank you so much. And I really appreciate you guys attending. Thanks, Raki.
Thank you, Aroha. We're very lucky that we have some amazing educational institutions in our vicinity. So if anyone is thinking about securing employment at Monash Health or thinking about upskilling in order to get employment, now is the time to enroll and do some studies while you are waiting for the vacancies to be released. So now I will invite Michelle Hall from Chisholm. Michelle is Chisholm's Associate Director of Health. So Michelle will talk a little bit about Chisholm TAFE. Over to you, Michelle.
Great, thank you. Thank you for having us from Chisholm here this evening. And I'm joined by Isaac, who's our manager for Allied Health, and Katie, who's one of our managers for hospitality. So between us, we're hoping that we'll be able to answer any questions that you do have for us this evening. We do have a number of slides to go through, but we will, as we've got limited time, we will skip over a few of them and just really focus on Chisholm and who we are and why you should come and study with us. And also we're focusing on our health courses and our hospitality courses this evening, but we do have over 250 courses on offer. So if you're not interested in any of those courses, I'm sure that we will have a course that does suit your needs. So can we skip to the next slide, please? Firstly, I'd just like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians on the land on which we meet this evening, and I pay my respects to their elders past and present. So just over to the next slide, please. Just a little bit of a background of Chisholm. So we've been providing education in the southeast suburbs for over 20 years, and we are one of the largest TAFEs here in Victoria. And the picture you're looking at here is from our Frankston campus. Next slide, please. I do have some fast facts here, and I won't go over everything that's on the slide, but just to note that in 2022, we did deliver training to over 35,000 students, mainly in southeast suburbs, and that we had students enrolling from over 159 countries. Next slide, please. Our three main campuses are our Dandenong, Frankston and Berwick campuses. We do have a campus out at Cranbourne as well. And just to note that not all courses are delivered at all campuses. So you will need to look up the course that you're interested in and find out which campus it is delivered at. Our health courses are offered at Frankston and Berwick, and our hospitality courses are delivered at Dandenong and Rosebud. Next slide, please. So why should you come and study with us at Chisholm? We are a TAFE, and so with TAFE, we offer a lot of the free TAFE courses, which makes studying a lot more accessible. We also have skills first funding, and we have a range of different subsidies for students to try and make studying as accessible for people as possible. We also have a range of supports, which I'll go into further along, which, you know, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I haven't studied in a long time, this is really daunting, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it, we do have a number of supports to provide every opportunity for success for students. Can I have the next slide, please? Our facilities, especially out at our Berwick and Frankston campuses, have recently undergone redevelopment, especially in our health areas. And we do urge you to please come to one of our upcoming info days, because these pictures just do not do our facilities justice. We've got really great facilities, so please do come along to see for yourself what we can offer. We try to simulate real life environment as much as possible for our students to ensure that everyone is really adequately prepared for the workplace. Next slide, please. So we have a number of health-related courses on offer at Chisholm that will cater to the upcoming needs of the hospital, but also the wider health needs of the Casey population. So we've got a certificate 4 in allied health. We have our certificate 3 in individual support and aging, which is aging and disability. We have a certificate 4 in aging support, a certificate 4 in disability, a certificate 3 in dental assisting, a certificate 4 in dental assisting, which also covers radiography, a certificate 3 in pathology collection, a certificate 3 in sterilisation services, and then a course that's very close to my heart because I am a registered nurse and I have worked at Monash, so I can say that everything that Monash said about creating a supportive environment is very true. A diploma of nursing, and our diploma of nursing can also lead into our Bachelor of Nursing, which is delivered in partnership with La Trobe. And so that Bachelor of Nursing is a 2-year program because you do need to have a diploma of nursing to enter that Bachelor of Nursing. So we've got a lot more information on our website, and we will put a link to the website into the chat so that you can get all the information you need about these courses. And as you can see, which courses are under the free TAFE courses as well. Next slide, please. We've also got our certificate 3 in commercial cookery, because obviously in the hospital, all the patients need to eat. So somebody is going to need to get into the kitchens. So fantastic course as well. And that's delivered at Dandenong and Mornington Peninsula. Next slide, please. So I've just put some information together for you. You know, while we do have the new hospital at Cranbourne, there's other reasons why it's a great idea to get into the healthcare industry. So you would all be aware that we do have an ageing population, and the healthcare industry is actually the largest employing industry in the whole of Australia. So right now, 15.3% of the whole working population is employed in the healthcare industry, and that is actually projected to grow by another 301,000 people by 2026. So if you do come to Chisholm and do one of our healthcare courses, your job prospects at the end of the course are pretty good, okay? And the other thing I think you need to consider when you're looking at what course you want to go in is my job going to be taken over by a computer or artificial intelligence? And if you're looking at health, well, no. You know, artificial, like a robot can't take over a nursing job. It can't take over a pathology collection. So, you know, that's all stuff that I think is important to look at. Next slide, please. And the other thing is hospitality. So again, robots can't take over all the hospitality jobs. You know, someone's still going to need to be there to cook the food. And this is another sector that has been predicted to grow. So by 2026, we're going to need another 112,000 people in this sector. So again, really good job prospects. One thing to note is this is a highly part-time workforce. So don't be alarmed by the average weekly earnings, because that will be what's dropping that down. And the average age is also quite low because there's a lot of under 18s in this workforce. Next slide, please. So we have, as I've mentioned before, really good student services to offer everybody a really great chance of success, whether it's personal counselling that you need. Do you need help writing your assignments? Do you need literacy support, numeracy support? Once you get close to the end of your program, we can help you write your resume, write your CV, and get a job as well. So there is a lot of support that we do offer at Chisholm for all our students. Next slide. We can probably skip over this one, please. And this one. Yes. Yeah. So if you're interested in what Chisholm's up to, please follow us on social media, you know, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You'll see what we're up to and see our success stories as well. So it's a really great way to see what's actually going on in the Chisholm community. And last slide, please. So we really urge you to come and to our next information day, which is on the 19th of June. You just go onto our website and book into any of the information sessions that you'd like to come to, and you'll get a lot more information about any of the courses that you're interested in. So thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. If anyone would like to take a picture of the screen, feel free to do so. I will now move on to our last presenter. So Fiona Barrientos is our last presenter from Foundation Learning Centre. Fiona is the head of Department of Vet Education. So Fiona, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yes.
Great. Awesome. Thank you for having me come along tonight. So I am here tonight because the lovely Donna Dowler, who is our head of Department for Community Education, has gone overseas for a well-deserved holiday. So she's asked me to step in. So I hope I can answer any questions that you have. But I know Claire Nichols online too, so I'm sure she can step in and help as well. So we are Foundation Learning Centre. Who are we? So I've got our values listed there. So we're dedicated, inclusive, nurture, respect and integrity. So we're located at 2 locations in Narre Warren, in Malcolm Court, which is near the train station, and also down at Frankston as well. Next slide, thank you. So Foundation Learning Centre is a Learn Local and registered training provider that champions community development through education and building resilient, connected and thriving communities. We provide a safe and engaging learning environment that nurtures and supports the individual journey for each participant. Next slide, thanks. So Donna has put together a great package. It's the Health Industry Support Services. So this training course has been designed to target the skills required and provide underpinning knowledge for essential job roles such as cleaning and maintenance. Next slide, please. So employment pathways could include environmental services assistant or a laundry operator. Next slide, thanks. So the training course has been designed to target the skills required and provide underpinning knowledge for essential job roles such as cleaning and maintenance. Part of the program, there's 2 accredited units and they come from the community services package. So we've got communicate and work in health and community services and participate in workplace health and safety. In addition, also covered are the topics of gaining the edge employability and gaining the edge resilience. So the course will help equip you or your clients to hit the ground running. Next slide, please. So gaining the edge. In 2020, FLC was delighted to be part of the Gaining the Edge project, which was funded by the Adult Community Further Education Fund. So Gaining the Edge level was designed for TAFE learners who identified at a risk of not completing their TAFE course. So following lockdown, we've been delivering these programs face-to-face and online to a variety of different cohorts and learners. These include aged care cleaning, horticulture, and over the last couple of years working with Chisholm's and supporting their early childhood trainees. Next slide, please. So Gaining the Edge employability skills course is the ideal preparation for entering the workforce. Next slide, please. So topics covered include communication in the workplace, following instructions and seeking clarification, employer expectation, do's and don'ts in the workplace, coping strategies, and self-management. So we do have some dates which I can share with you later for that course. And then we have our Gaining the Edge Resilience program. It's the ideal support course for people who feel that they're struggling with the demands of work and life. Next slide, please. So the topics covered in the resilience program include what is resilience, academic resilience, collaborative learning, time management, goals, priorities and planning, health and wellness, stress, responding positively to challenges, critical thinking and creative thinking, hope and optimism, and some goal setting. Next slide, please. So yeah, we run small classes there. We cater for our learners' needs. Got trainers who've been with us for 20 plus years. They run amazing programs. So there's just a testimonial there. Yeah, I just wrote this email to let you know that I attended the online course of Gaining the Edge. It helped a lot. I've cleared my doubts about it after attending this course. I feel more prepared than before to get an interview and start my training in early childhood education and care. Next slide, please. And a few more testimonials and feedback from the Gaining the Edge courses. Personality type were a true reflection of myself. Resume strengths and weaknesses. Greater industry knowledge and being more confident in an interview, help with answering interview questions. So yeah, really specialised courses and great trainers to guide the learners through the course. Next slide, please. So there's the dates there for Gaining the Edge. So it's a 3-day online delivery on Tuesday. So the 23rd of July, 30th of July and the 6th of August. Next slide, please. And Clea might be able to help me with this one. This is we also offer English for studies. So go to the next slide, please. So it's adults from the cold community with mixed levels of formal education. adults who have experienced literacy and numeracy challenges throughout their schooling, and this course will build their skills to access further study, volunteering and employment. And this course is delivered on Tuesdays and Fridays from 9:15 to 2:45, and Clea is your best contact. But I do have flyers that we will share so that you can access contact details for each of those courses. Next slide, please. And I've got Donna's contact number there, but I'll share that at the end. So if you have any questions, please let us know later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. So pretty much there's something for everyone here, whether you are someone that's been out of workforce and wanting to re-enter workforce. There's short courses, empowerment courses that you could do. If English is not your strong suit, you can also participate in English training courses. And the biggest key here is that we do have time on our hands before the opportunities of employment at Monash Health at the Cranbourne Hospital will be released. So please make use of this time available to upskill yourself, prepare yourself, and give yourself the best chance when the opportunities become available. Now, your feedback is very important. Before we get on to the Q&A part, please take a moment to scan this QR code and it'll take you to the feedback form. Please do complete your feedback. Your feedback is very important so that we can improve our future events. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our presenters today from Monash Health, Federation University, Chisholm Institute of TAFE, and Foundation Learning Center. Thank you for giving up your time to come and talk to our residents about